Loudest one wins with Daniel and the three tips. Loudest one wins with Daniel and the three tips. Loudest one wins with Daniel and the three tips.
Okay, we're recording. You doing the clap? It didn't really work because, you know, Google's got like the anti-background noise thing. So it's minimizing your clap. Sounds like you got...
Oh, it's not.
That was a little bit better. The first one sounded pretty weak. It sounded like you got you got brittle hands or something.
I got baby hands.
It was just like a little splash, just a little.
They kicked me out of Florida University. I couldn't do the gator thing. They were like, no, you gotta go.
Yeah, it's weak. It's like he's bringing us down.
Yeah.
You're not allowed at the games.
It's like a senior gator. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, man. How's it going?
It's good. Same old stuff here. No, I'm just working.
Did you shave?
Did I shave? I mean, I've like...
Did you shave? Did you clean up? You look clean.
I look clean. I mean, I've been growing it out a little bit longer than usual. I never like shave. Like, I don't shave with razors at all. I don't like them.
Elaborate.
That I don't.
What
like
do you shave with? Do you shave with lasers?
No, that'd be cool. No, I use I got like one of those electric trimmers, you know, with the guard. I bought one like 10 years ago, and it works awesome.
You're like an '80s business guy. You're just.
No, it's like the one like the clippers you use for your hair, really, you know, like the wall electric clippers, you know, that they use at a barbershop. And it's just got like different guards, you know.
It's stereotyping. Not all barbershops use them. Just every one of them, but not all of them.
My point is, you know what I'm talking about. You know, the clippers that everyone's got. I just use that because I never get a close shave. I always look like a little bit bummy, but it's like as long as I get 95% of the way there, it's like it's fine. That I don't have to get like a razor or shaving cream and stuff like that.
I feel like because especially since like a full shave, you know, a nice clean full shave always reduces your age by like 10 years, you know? Like it makes you look like a child no matter who you are.
Yeah.
That just has to set you up for crap in New York. Like I don't think anybody really in New York, you know, unless you're looking for some crap to be thrown your way, should ever really be clean shaven.
You'd think so, but there's a lot of very soft guys in New York now. Like New York now is not like in New York how it used to be, you know.
They're probably getting a lot of crap thrown their ways though.
Probably, but I think it's like if you want to have that like, you know, baby face shave, like you gotta have money to go with it. Like that's like a luxury. If you want to look like that, you gotta be like in like an almost gated community. You know, we don't technically have gates in the communities, but you know,
right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, they're special people because I mean, if you're going clean shaven, that means you either have the jawline to support it or enough money to not care. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Or I don't know. It's just like styles. Like now like mustaches are the big thing. I don't know if that's a thing in Detroit, but like,
I mean, it's kind of always been like it was huge with hipsters. Remember?
Yeah, but even more so. I feel like maybe hipsters started it, but I feel like hipster is like a bygone era. We're into something else now, you know.
I don't know. I still call them hipsters, man. It's like you know, calling something what it is at its core. Like, you're trying to pose to something you're not.
Yeah, hipster was a weird one. It kind of has like an ambiguous definition, I feel like.
I mean, yeah, and that like our generation co-opted it from you know, older generation who was used to refer to like, you know, especially white people who would hang around jazz clubs and like, you know, try to be hip, you know.
Right. That's funny.
It was just like,
I guess it is really the same thing, but it's just like trying to be hip in different ways, you know.
Yeah, we just because it was all the people in high school. It was all the people that like we co-opted it wrong. It was all the people that were doing like hippie things, or it was the people with like the dreadlocks and they'd always wear the drug rugs and you know, like really like they're like anti-establishment and they like, you know, drink their matcha tea in the courtyard every morning barefoot even in the winter. Like it was like, oh, they're like hippies, hipster, and it's like, I mean, kinda. You're like, I get, he's got the spirit, you know, but it's not quite driving it home.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like, you know, where we grew up in the country, it's like hipster like persona is trying to be like you're trying to dress like a city person and you're trying to like impersonate what you think that is. But hipsters in like Brooklyn, they're like growing out beards and wearing flannel and stuff. They're trying to look like a lumberjack. It's like,
yeah,
it's so funny. Yeah.
I've always just associated it with somebody who, just for the sake of basically like style and presentation, is trying to present as something that they're not.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's like if I look at you, I'm like, oh, you're working too hard on that. Like it's like that is you trying to become that persona. You're a
Right.
fucking hipster.
Right, for sure. Yeah, I guess it's like poser. I guess it's they're interchangeable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like you
But you
wearing
call
skate
somebody a
shoes,
poser.
like show me a kickflip, you know.
No, I mean, posers like to call somebody a poser is kind of like an affront. To call somebody a hipster was always like a litmus test because like remember like they used to always argue it. They'd be like, "No, I'm not." It
hmm
was like, I mean, you're kind of like making the point now.
Yeah, it's kind of like a backhand way of like it's like hipster. It's like, oh, I'm not insulting you, but I really am. But it's like you prove it, you know.
It's like the like, do you still hit your wife? Like, there's no response you can say that doesn't make you look like shit.
Yeah.
God damn it.
That's funny. I don't. How did we even get on that? Oh, talking about shaving or something. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like shaving, but I can't look too bummy. You know.
I just literally hate the act of being like, I'm gonna stand in front of the mirror for the next 5 minutes and just rub my face with this. Like,
Yeah,
nah,
yeah.
I gotta go.
I have to do it a little bit because I don't grow like a good beard, and I get a lot of hair on my neck. I remember one time I was looking kind of bummy. It was like a while ago. I was teaching a piano class, and this little girl in my piano class goes, "Why do you have hair on your neck?" She said it in that tone. I was like, "Fuck, I gotta shave."
Man, I remember because when you're a kid, especially in high school, and like you want to grow a beard and you can't grow a beard, and it's like the single most alluring thing that's going on with your face at that time. I remember Noah like was growing his beard and like he was like, I'm gonna shave it, and like it was like a whole thing where everyone was like lobbying not to shave it, and so
Mhm.
he kept it, but then like one day he had shaved like the neck beard off and everyone flipped their shit, and he's like, no one likes neck beard. I had to go. And I'm like, that was totally his wife being like, something
Yeah,
has to go.
yeah. You gotta at least clean it up.
Yeah.
No one really pulls off the no. Like you got to do a little bit. You got to manicure yourself a little bit with your hair and your facial hair and stuff like that. You know.
I basically do it like once a week, right? Because I'm only out like Monday through Tuesday. So like I'll touch it up on Monday. And then like Tuesday's not that bad. And then it's like, I'm not going out in public the rest of the week.
Yeah, that's how I am too. It's like if I'm just like staying in, or if I'm teaching from home, it's like how good is my webcam? Like they're not
Yeah.
they don't know how scrubby I look right now, but yeah, in person, and especially like when I've had jobs where it's like I'm a supervisor, it's like okay, I gotta at least try to look professional a little bit, you know. Like I already got long hair. It's like people already think I'm a hippie at work, so it's like I can't have too many stereotypes lining up, you know.
This makes me think when I was living in Kalamazoo and I got a job dishwashing there. And I had like, long hair and shit at the time. And I was like going through the manual after being hired with the hiring manager, and he's like flipping through, and he gets to the like like appearance policy, and he's like, you'll have to have your hair up and you'll have to like keep your beard trimmed. I'm like, all right, yeah, that's cool. Then he like flips the one that has the drug policy. He like looks at me and he just flips again.
It's funny.
It's like, you're hired a dishwasher, bro.
Yeah, no
Like
one's
a
drug testing
20-year-old
dishwashers.
dishwasher. Like,
Yeah,
and I look like this, and it's like I already been like, yeah, I'm here to like try to find a band. He's like, oh, that's cool. It's like, you know what you're hiring.
yeah. It's like, I mean, thinking of like, you said that was in the Kalamazoo place.
Yeah, that was when everyone there was partying together.
Yeah. I was gonna say like
We partied all the time.
if it was like I was thinking it's like if it was one of your IHOP job, it's like if you're smoking weed, that's probably like a green flag. It's like he's not doing meth, you know. It's like
Exactly. Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is pretty good. He's probably chill, you know.
So let's see here. You seem to have had all this teeth, so I think we're looking at a winner here. You
Yeah,
seriously want to be back at house? Like, yeah, no, I don't want to talk to people.
It'd be kind of like if you were a dishwasher or doing any kitchen job and you were like totally sober. It's like I feel like that's kind of like a red flag. It's like what is this guy doing? You know?
No, yeah, no. It was, I mean, the funny thing though is like it was usually those guys were usually the like kind of older guys, right? And they were the hardest workers. And we just be
Hmm.
sitting there like, bro, you don't need to work that hard.
Yeah, yeah.
You're putting too much in, man. This job doesn't mean that much.
No, yeah. See, should we jump into some science here?
Science rules. Did you ever watch Bill Nye growing up?
Oh yeah, yeah, of course.
Bill Nye was the fucking best, and I love that he's become kind of a dark, sarcastic, like figure in his older years now. Like,
Yeah, I remember when he made his comeback. You know, during the pandemic or something. He had like a Netflix show.
yeah,
I haven't really kept up with
yeah.
what he's doing though.
I mean, he is getting pretty old though.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. That motherfucker, that show. I remember. It's even at St. Ignatius, there'd be science classes. Where science class was just watching an episode of Bill Nye.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of times it was just as good, and I feel like that's kind of like how education's gonna go. It's like it's gonna be AI making like catchy videos for learning. You know,
hmm
I've heard that some schools are already like kind of like gamifying school that way. It's kind of weird.
I mean, the thing is like school. School doesn't necessarily need to be gamified, but the process it does need to be changed in that like you need to learn more about problem solving. That doesn't mean that you don't need to learn like a lot of the stuff that you do learn, but like there needs to be a bigger focus on dealing with everyday, weekly, monthly like issues and how to like solve it because that's what fucking life is.
Yeah.
Even at work, like you get ahead by being able to solve problems.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's the schools don't focus on that because it's hard to like quantify. You know, schools
Yeah.
want to say like, "Oh, my students, got this score on the test, so give us more money." And it's like, yeah, creating like a critical thinker and like a good person. It's like, how do you know, you can't pat yourself on the back for that. You can't take any credit and get more tax
Yeah,
funding.
but pretty soon they are going to be able to quantify it like idiocracy when they're doing the fucking block test and he's trying to cram that fucking circle into the square.
Yeah, I feel like they should do more like alumni tracking or something. It's like, I feel like that'd be a better way of tracking how good a school is. How many of the students that went there are successful later on? 'Cause someone can get a great score on their SAT and then do nothing with their life.
hmm Yeah, it's easy to cheat on the SAT.
Is it? Are
I
you?
don't know. I just felt like saying an inflammatory statement, to be honest. I took it. I think I did take it twice because I took it early and then I took it with school, but then I wasn't as worried because I had a decent early score.
Hmm.
And I think I actually did do better on my early one because like you take it like the second half of your senior year and like you're not giving a fuck about anything the second half of your senior year.
Yeah, I took it. I think it was even optional for my grade because I think they did the ACT more. Um,
Well, the SAT is if you're going to go to school out of college. The ACT is if you're going or sorry, if you're going to college out of school.
out.
The ACT is in state.
Oh,
I fucked that all up.
I know what
In
you're
state, out of
saying.
state. Yeah,
Out
yeah,
of
yeah.
state. Yeah, yeah. Is ACT just Michigan specific?
Maybe.
Yeah, or maybe regional or something. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the way I remember. Like the SAT was literally just kind of shit for shits and giggles if you had
Yeah,
no
I
no plan to go out.
that must be why I did it for McNally Smith. It's funny. I took it. I didn't really try hard with it because also I knew it's like they didn't really care. They just wanted to see like I didn't get like a zero. Like I'm a functional human being who could take this test, but really they want to see like, but how good are you at guitar?
Well, I think there's like minimum like regulations on minimums too that need to be met for like funding purposes, and stuff like that. Like
That makes sense.
they
Yeah.
they need to prove that they're not just like, taking on fucking morons and stashing them in a warehouse and fucking collecting funding for them.
My college was kind of doing a little bit of that. It was like a for-profit school. There's like a lot of great musicians, and there'd be some people in your class that's like, "How? Why are you here?" like this is like $20,000 a year, and it's like you're not going to graduate. Like, what are you doing?
I met a few people where I'm like, Interesting.
Yeah.
Was was that our regular sound check?
Yep.
I said nothing. I said nothing. Yeah. But yeah. Speaking of McNally and Bill Nye, so um, kind of in a way building on what we talked about last time with comets potentially being like the seed bombs for life on planets, and carrying water, and who knows what density water you're gonna get. It's a crapshoot, but
Hmm.
um, they found um, like a fine kind of forming planet, like a protoplanet, um, that has carbon dioxide, but it has no or nearly no water, and kind of blows the original, or not necessarily blows, but kind of counters the original idea that planets formed kind of as, little aquariums or whatever, where it was all everything there at once, and that, they might actually form dry and need to be hosed down by a comet splashing on them.
Right,
Which,
right.
makes sense to me because I always wondered how that worked with it, if a planet formed from the materials around it, but once it's creating its core, especially like a rock planet, um, that's like molten, which would steam off your water resources. And if you don't really have an atmosphere yet, that's just kind of like then, floating around in space.
Right, it's just
So
going away. Yeah, it's
it kind of feels
interesting.
like for a planet to have water, it needs to like get to that solid state before you get a water balloon lobbed over from the neighborhood yard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy because it's like that's a question that like I don't know if we'll ever be able to really know the answer to because like unless we
Oh,
can
we will.
actually watch a planet forming sometime.
Well, I mean, when we develop time travel and can go back to the place or the time, maybe not the place, we might have to get a good pair of binoculars to see it from wherever we are, but the time of the Big Bang and then the,
Hmm.
formation of the universe, then we'll know for sure.
Then we'll know.
And
I don't know if time travel's.
we'll also know about God.
I don't know if time travel is actually possible. At
What do
least
you think?
backwards time travel. I don't think so. I don't think it's.
Well, fuck you, man. We're always going forward in time travel.
Yeah, exactly. Like forward time travel
We're
exists.
all fucking time travelers.
Yeah, that's my
But,
point. I think backwards doesn't work, at least for us. Unless I think that there could be like fourth dimensional beings that can move through time and stuff. That would explain some of the mysteries of the world. But for us, though, I think we're just little 3D peons. Forced to stuck going forward in time.
not quite specks, more just little spheres floating around on a globe.
Yeah.
What what do you think is less possible? Time travel, like legitimate time travel, or um faster than the speed of light travel? What do you think is
Um,
less possible?
I think they're both not really possible.
No, but what's less? You're not answering the goddamn question.
Well, I guess speed of light, because I think as far as we know with physics, it's like that's just it is what it is. Like light photons are the smallest particle. I think that's my understanding of it. So it's like
Yeah,
nothing
but I
can go
mean,
faster than that. I guess maybe
it
they
would
could
be
find smaller particles that go faster than photons, possibly.
it would be circumventing distance and time, through like wormhole travel, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's
Which,
different. That's not
if you
really
watch the last Indiana Jones movie, is also how they went back in time.
with wormholes. I think I don't think so. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like if I go
Did
back
you
in
see?
time a week, do I see myself there a week ago? Like and then there's
That's
two of
the
me.
that's the paradox. That's the time traveler's paradox.
Yeah, I don't think it doesn't make sense to me. I don't think it can exist.
Why not?
I don't know. I think
Just
like
because it doesn't make sense to you?
my fit. I feel like the physical
Neither
body
does
that I'm
Bruno.
in. I think it's like stuck. It's like stuck in this dimension. Maybe like we have like a soul or something that can go
Well,
sneak around in time and stuff.
we do. Gingers don't.
Yeah, right. That's what like the CIA was kind of talking to. Like, have you ever looked into like the remote viewing CIA stuff?
I haven't like looked into it, but like I'm aware of, you know, the idea and stuff.
Yeah, they have a bunch of documents, like unclassified documents, on getting their people like doing like astral projection, and like with that, apparently they've gone to places, back in time and stuff like that. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I've
sure.
gone down like the rabbit hole on that. I don't think that's real either. I think they were messing around with stuff, and like the CIA just had like a lot of money to burn at one point.
I have experience with people saying that they have seen the past, and I don't think it's true.
Yeah, no. It's like with all the things, it's like I want aliens and like cryptids and like ghosts to all be real. But like, yeah, most of it's like I think people like to lie a lot. This is
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
one
yeah.
our senses aren't perfect, and some people just like to make stuff up.
We're not even so much live. Like people, I don't really. It's not even. Yeah, there are people that like to lie. I think people like to make themselves believe something that makes them happy.
Yeah.
You know, even if there is just a mountain of evidence to the contrary.
Yeah.
Take from that what you will, but just kind of like in all facets of life. The like the American dream that was clung to for so long that like, like this is my idea of when I'll be happy. It's like when you get there, when you are enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, yeah, everyone has like, whether they want something that makes them happy or makes them feel special. There's a lot of people that I think like to believe in that stuff to make them feel
Makes you feel
special.
safe, makes you
Yeah,
feel vindicated.
yeah. I don't know. What's interesting though is like the military people coming out with the UFO stuff, but I guess military people, they're not immune to that either.
Yeah, I mean, and they didn't really they said some things through what they didn't say. They also didn't really say a lot. Like they didn't release a lot of like new stuff other than just like, yeah, here's some more like grainy photos and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like this. And yeah, we've got a bunch of reports of people with experiences and stuff like that. And yeah, you had a bunch of like people from the military coming out and testify about what they saw, but like we're not seeing any technology, we're not seeing any, you know, organic life forms.
Yeah.
We're not, you know.
And it's like I think it's the type of thing like it might just be that the CIA or some organization has really advanced technology, and if like the Air Force in like their dumb little fighter jets did like take a picture of some like next gen thing that's supposed to be secret, that is probably how they'd let it play out. They'd just play dumb and like let it go to Congress and let them testify, and just to keep it
Yeah.
under wraps. Like
Oh my
they'll
God, yeah, it
100%
is
just lie to
UFOs.
you. They're not going to say
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that's ours. They're not going to say that.
Yeah. 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 No, yeah. Little green man for sure. Memo. We have to buy green flight suits.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It is interesting though. Like with the Bob Lazar, he was the guy that kind of broke the news on Area 51, and some of the stuff that he said did turn out to be true. He was saying like the crashed UFOs they found there were like they were designed for pilots that were like small. That kind of brings us to the Nazca mummies that we were going to talk about as well. Did you get a chance to look more into those mummies? The little 3 foot tall, toad guys over there in Peru or wherever?
Yeah, of course I did.
Yeah, I did a little bit more deep dive because they actually did DNA test them, and apparently it came up with like they're like 70% human DNA, but with like no trace. They can't trace it back to any lineage, and then 30% just like mystery DNA. So it is kind of like a weird thing there. It could just be like a hoax though, that it's like a bad sample. But I thought it was interesting that it came up with like some of it with human characteristics, but um, no connection. So who knows? Maybe it's like aliens, like the aliens we're seeing, are somehow related to us, or
Right. Well, there also I see they found what looked to be metallic, possibly implants, and there's some,
Hmm.
kind of opposing idea that that might just be burial, artifacts like kind of sinking into place and stuff. But I don't know. I really liked the idea that there was like little, tiny predators, that had, like all the like gadgets and like,
Uh,
metal to like make it, but they're only like this big and they're just fucking sprinting through the jungle, just like blowing shit up. That's
the
like the
tiny.
coolest fucking thing. Yeah.
It's like
It's
a
like,
tiny little Yoda predator.
did you ever see the Mummy too?
I probably did way back when.
It's got these like little pygmy mummies, like a fucking whole horde of them, and they take down this army just like out of the jungle, like ah!
Uh,
And like yeah, I would love to see that like three tiny predators, three fingers your hand just like leaping around. They might even have wings, you know, and it's got fucking all the gat. Yeah, man, that would be fucking badass. And
yeah.
that's like that, that could be the tie-in to that like pyramids in South America, pyramids in Egypt,
Hmm.
that like little tiny predators hunting all around the world back in the early days, and then we got a little too advanced for them, but
Yeah, I think it's not out of the realm of possibility. I think the big question is whether they're aliens or they're just some pre-humans. Because I saw another theory was that like because they test like they seem human but not related, that it could be like a way back ancestor or something. 'Cause apparently they're finding like a lot of the ruins and findings in the Americas that they date back way farther than they thought, and they think it's like it's a whole separate civilization. It's kind of like with like the West, where it's like they had something going on like Egypt level, and then it got wiped out by something, and then they kind of started fresh after that. So maybe it was just like little three-toed guys running around. They're the ones that built the first pyramids around here. Maybe there was like a worldwide thing, like the whole world was run by these little guys.
what do you think? Do you think that it doesn't say, do they have thumbs? That's a big detail. Is it two fingers? Is it Django? Are you Django Reinhardting it?
Yeah.
Or are you like you're like a German, you're like a permanent German, you know?
Yeah, it's like, can they play guitar?
Oh no, dude, no, they didn't have thumbs, so they couldn't play Spanish jazz, gypsy jazz. That sucks. So how do you think like how would you survive like that in a world where you got five finger, five toe thumb holding motherfuckers running around?
Yeah, that kind of blows a lot of the theories out of the water. Because I feel like, what if you only got three fingers and you don't have a thumb? Like, what? Those hands are kind of useless. What are you really
Yeah.
doing with those?
And I mean, especially within like humanoid, like, and we're not talking like missing link, like 100,000 years old. Like, you know, there's no like ape-like creatures on the planet with less than five fingers and toes, like,
Yeah, yeah. I think, yeah, that sucks.
so
If they
it's
had thumbs,
so it's alien. So they're aliens.
it could be
I mean,
aliens, or it could just be like sometimes people are just born with like three fingers and like it's just a deformity. It could have just been like,
that's right. No, yeah, that was my theory. Was that their super fast NASCAR like development, they had developed nuclear technology. And
hmm
so that's what did them in is a nuclear meltdown. And through that, they became mutated, not evolved, mutated.
hmm.
We had that discussion, and I didn't have those words then, but I have now, at least at this moment. I probably won't have them in 2 minutes, but mutated, not evolved.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah. It's probably just some like typical deformity. It's like, like in India that you see sometimes that happens where some girl's born with like four arms or something, and then they like kind of look at them like a deity,
Yeah, well, I mean, look at their fucking deities, dude. Like, it fits.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure she is a deity.
But I think that's probably what happened there. It's just like some poor unfortunate kid was just born with like, three fingers and toes, and then they were like, "Oh, you're our god now." you know.
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, that's probably what it is. But I don't know. It is interesting that those pop up, and like the little green men type thing has been like a recurring theme with aliens. I
Oh,
wonder
and
if
then
it.
like, the three fingers too, or whatever, like that's often a common visual with them.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, and there is like native folklore on that too. Like I remember, like all my friends at like Pleasant Point, like the reservation in Maine, they all had, and it's like common throughout the Americas. They have like folklore about little people. These are just little mischievous munchkin guys that run around. And you don't really mess with them.
Gremlins.
Yeah, gremlins. They're kind of like leprechauns too. It's kind of like a worldwide folklore, so it's interesting.
Oh, don't get you started on them wee little bastards.
Yeah, and like what's that book? The one where that old English one where the guy goes to an island and the little guys tie him down.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter.
uh, get Gulliver's Travels.
Gulliver's Travels. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
kind of been a thing, but I don't know.
Fuck, what was their name? What were the little people called?
I don't remember. It was something weird. I think that book. I think it was less like historical fiction and more like I think it was like political commentary. I think it was supposed to be
Yeah, they were called the Lilliputians. It was like a
Lilliputians.
commentary on Native Americans and like
Oh, was it? Okay.
colonizing, basically.
Hmm.
Like we went over there trying to be friendly, and just a big friendly giant, and they were hostile as fuck.
Yeah. So we killed them all.
Yeah. Like, well, by that time they had a couple hundred years experience with you guys where y'all just kind of tried to take everything and kill them. So
Yeah. It's interesting. Have you seen the stuff they're finding it a lot now that the Vikings they think came to the U.S. Or America in general a lot sooner? Have you seen anything on that?
I like I I feel like they've been talking about this kind of our whole like life, for like the last like 20 years or so, where it's always like early because it was like 20 years ago that they had like confirmed, I think it was Newfoundland,
Yeah.
had, a proto settlement. And so that's all I've known is that like, yeah, through that like time period, early, was it like eight, 900s, maybe even a little past, closer to thousands. They
Yeah.
like made treks over, but they weren't able to establish a foothold.
Yeah. I think that they know that they were here because they can track. There's like two. It's like someone the Red. There's like two like
Eric
ballads.
the Red.
There's Eric the Red and there was someone else. And it's funny
Wasn't it
reading
Leif
them.
Erikson? Wasn't Leif Erikson the other one?
Maybe. I think it could be there. But there's the point is there's like a couple voyages that they made. They definitely made it to Greenland. They had settlements there, and I think they had like multiple unsuccessful settlements across like the eastern U.S.
Yeah.
Um,
Leif Erikson was the son of Eric the Red.
mhm.
Eric the Red was the one who founded Greenland.
Mm. There was like I remember reading there's like two ballads and like it's an interesting time with like Vikings because it's kind of their switch between like paganism like Norse religion and Christianity. And like the first ballad where they talk about going over to the Americas, they just kind of like talk about going over there and like slaughtering people. It's like, oh, so just what we do. Like we found people and they weren't paying attention and we just slaughtered them all. And then you look at the next saga is like the Christian version. And it's like the same story, but you can tell they're kind of doing damage control. It's like, well, no, they started it. It's like they stole from us first. It's like trying to justify it, but it's like, nah, the original story told the real thing. You just went over there and you pillaged.
Yeah.
Don't try to change it.
They don't even have armor. This is going to be easy.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's exactly what they were thinking.
Yeah.
Just like giant Vikings with like metal weapons going against small people that are in the Stone Age. It's like they
Like,
took
they don't have any
advantage of that.
gold. What was the point of this?
I wonder why they didn't end up staying. I guess probably just because it's cold. I guess a lot of the early English settlers just died too.
Yeah, I mean it takes like to set up a settlement in those time periods because of like diseases and stuff like that. It takes literally just numbers being able to come in and like keep resupplying until you've established like a fucking population that can support it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just, they try for fucking 600 years. They tried to develop enough fucking trips over to get to that level until it finally took. So
Yeah.
it takes a lot. Takes a lot.
From what I've read too, I think like the Vikings that were over there were kind of just like outlaws. It's like the people that they exiled them from Denmark. It's like we're not gonna kill you, but you're not allowed here anymore. It's kind of like early Australia type thing, you know. It's like
Well, I mean, yeah, and the Vikings had their hands pretty much full and all they needed taking over England. And,
yeah,
that whole British Isles. Like they had plenty there.
yeah. I guess if you're the ones pillaging America, you were like tier 3 Vikings. It's like you didn't get
Right.
the nearby pillage spots. It's like they're really pushing you far out there.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not like those long ships were any faster, so you got to imagine that's still like a fucking 2, 3 month journey
hmm
to show up for, some berries and venison. Like,
Yeah, not really good. Then you end up getting to northern Canada in like the winter. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Europe was a lot more hospitable up north because of the Gulf Stream. You know.
yeah, and just closer. They're coming from, Norway, Denmark, all that. England's right there. Ireland's not, that far much further.
hmm
Iceland, those are all the places that were easy to get a bunch of bodies in. And then it starts thinning out a bit. Greenland a little bit, but Greenland kind of waned because it's a ways out there.
Yeah, I don't
And it wasn't a shortage of dicks,
know.
right? Like it wasn't some sapphic shit. Like it was a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
dudes just like, that was the last woman.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. I mean, that's kind of human history. It's like you get to like maximum dude amount. It's like some of you gotta go. Like we can draw straws or fight, but some of you you gotta find a new spot.
That's the other bitch of it too, though. Like you show up, like wherever you like show up, and you got families or whatever, right? You got men and women. You're there to start populating, but the women were constantly fucking dying in childbirth, and so it's like, well, what you have, boy? God, fucking damn it!
Yeah, right. Yeah, you definitely don't want too many dudes. Like, I guess that's what China's figuring out now. It's gonna get weird over there.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Is they're like kind of experiencing some population issues. It's like, well, that's kind of what happens when you don't let people have more than one daughter, but you
Yeah.
allow like as many boys as come. Like,
Well, the thing with it was like it was a one child policy, so everyone could only have one child. But like because it's like a patriarchal culture, like everywhere, everyone wants a boy. It's like if you can only have one kid. I want a son, but like everyone decided that, you know. That's where,
too many dicks on the dance floor. Too many dicks.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like China's still gonna outlast us, though. I watched an interesting thing. It was like some guy was talking about there's apparently like a leaked memo from China where their game plan right now is just kind of just to wait us out. Like they think like the U.S. and the West is for sure just gonna collapse by 2050. So we just need to like focus. Like we just need to hold it together, you know. Which
It's
makes
like
sense. Like I think they're gonna end up winning.
we'll harvest eggs from the few women we have, and we'll just start making test tube babies,
Yeah.
and we'll go as long as we can.
And they got a lot of people, and like China's not afraid of just like disappearing people, and like they'll just get rid of people. They're not worried about that, and we're getting to that point where we can start replacing people with robots. So I feel like that's gonna be where it goes, at least for the
I
labor, you know.
wish. I wish I could replace myself with a robot. That would be nice.
You could if you have enough money, at least replace all your tasks, and you could just be like you could just lay in bed.
Like I said, I wish I could do it
Yeah, well, it's
because of
coming.
the means it would require.
So I think Elon Musk is making. They're setting up a whole factory for building like humanoid robots. I think they're projected. It's like I think they're gonna cost like 20 grand for like a humanoid robot with AI into it. They can do shit.
Because he's never built anything that'll kill you before.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I wonder what'll stand up to a high-speed collision better, them or a Tesla.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll take off. I feel like that's one of those things where it could be a fad, unless you can like really teach them to like, I don't know, like what job do we really need humanoid robots to do? Like cleaning and shit? I don't know. It doesn't really seem worth it. It's just like a very expensive Roomba at that point, you know?
Yeah, yeah, and it like, could you imagine if like your Alexa could follow you around and like get in your way for like you're watching TV and it's fucking like trying to fuck with you and you're like, all right, get a glass of water. This was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think those are going to take off. Definitely like self-driving cars, like a lot of the forms of I don't know. Just more like machinery, like factory, like integrating AI into like those big robotic arms that put the cars together and shit like that, you know?
Because they're not putting the pieces in well enough. Like they're already programmed to do a job and they're doing it.
Yeah,
What
that's
else do you
true.
want to
You probably don't really need AI for that.
do? Like, that's it's already happening.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to like think of how AI is actually going to be revolutionary, but I feel like it's just another tech bubble. You know, we've talked
But
about
then we
that
talked about
before.
this last time, like, it's limited by what it is, and what it is not actual AI. And
Hmm.
the like actual AI is actually a no-win solution, right? Like that is the end of humanity. So what we have is like a watered down version, and it is what it is, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I feel like the only reason you'd want like a really mobile, like humanoid robot type thing like that is if you were going to send it to war. If it's like meant to like kill
Yeah,
shit, like
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
with like AI, like the real complex stuff that AI can do, like threat assessment and like targeting and stuff like that. I feel like it's only really good for weapons. Like, what other like day to day productive thing would you really need that
I mean,
for? You know?
at this point, it is still a tool. Like even if it was like a robot, like it would an AI robot would not be able to fix your car, but you could use AI to help you fix your car,
Yeah,
like
yeah. I feel like it's
still
just
just a
not worth the
tool.
cost. It's good, just gonna be like 99% like war robots, and then 1% just like a fun little thing for rich people to spend their money on. You know?
Yeah, it's gonna be like did you ever see from like Ancient Inventions? I can't remember who it was. It was the dude who invented the like corkscrew pump. He invented a ton of shit back in Greek times or Roman times, maybe Greek times. Anyways, he invented this
Oh
like
wait, are you talking about
statue.
Archimedes?
Archimedes, there we go.
Okay, because that's
He
gonna
invented
lead us into something. Okay, go ahead,
here we go.
bro.
Yeah. He invented this statue that would like pour wine and water in like a perfect mix by just putting an empty cup in like the statue's hand. And it's just like, it's just like all fucking like mechanics and shit in the background. But like that's essentially what like an AI robot is gonna be. It's gonna be like, oh, check this out. Jeeves, would you bring me a beer? And like the robot's gonna come in with a fucking beer, and it's gonna be like, yeah, see, saved me 30 steps.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was just reading about Archimedes because Archimedes also invented the first like laser, basically. You know, he had like
Yeah,
the death ray.
the
Uh,
mirrors, yeah.
yeah, I think it's like
The
it's
motherfucker was so far ahead of his time.
yeah, 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 laser beams. Because I was researching like because we were talking about we wanted to talk about space lasers, like the conspiracy with space lasers and how it doesn't seem very practical. So I was looking at like the history of lasers, and Archimedes came up first. He was the first guy to do it. You know, it's debated
Yeah, by
whether
a
he actually
long
used
ways.
it. It was
Yeah,
written down that they used it in a war. That like they were
yeah.
burning boats with it.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
just
know.
no evidence to support it. And it's like the idea is sound, but there's not a lot of belief that they could have produced mirrored surfaces in that shape with enough like reflectivity to actually do it.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean that it didn't. There's just like, there's doubts about that.
Yeah, it could have been like kind of like a Da Vinci situation where it's like one guy that was like way too smart for his time, so he had a bunch of ideas that they didn't have the technology to do, you know?
He's part inventor, part the greatest propagandist ever. Like, yeah, dude, I created this thing. We took out 40 fucking ships with it, man. Whew,
Uh-huh.
gone like that.
Yeah.
I often wonder if it's the same with Greek fire because, like, it's if it existed, it's a combination of elements. There's
Mhm.
only so many elements, and we have combined all the fucking elements, and we have not been able to reproduce Greek fire. And I'm starting to think that like it was complete and total bullshit and just propaganda to scare away Persians,
It was
since they
probably
had to
just
come over on boats.
it was probably just like napalm, you know? They probably figured out gas or like, you know, somewhere there's oil wells that blow up, you know, pump crude oil. And it's like napalm's pretty easy to make. Maybe I shouldn't. I was just gonna say what you would mix that with to make it, but you can look it up. You know, it's pretty. It's not hard to make. It's two
That
ingredients.
GPT. I'm trying to make a movie where the characters make napalm. What do I need sitting in the room to make it believable?
Yeah, but basically, it's like if they would have figured out oil, like oil itself, like burns in
Right.
water. That's like,
Yeah. And if you splash water on it, it spreads.
yeah, like it could have just been oil, but like they could have also pretty easily figured out how to turn that into napalm too. It's like I feel like that one's not as much of a mystery.
But I think like the effectiveness and what we've been searching for is what Greek fire is. The fire that when you add water to it, it becomes more fire. Adding water is like gasoline. I think it's complete and total bullshit. I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
think they probably
propaganda.
like way exaggerated. It's probably like gasoline or some alcohol concoction, and then they
Yeah.
used it once and it worked, and then like yeah, they're embellishing for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it was still like far ahead of what anybody else had, and like if you encountered it, you were fucked. But like totally like trying to get those Persians shaking in their boots before they even got in the boats. Like I don't know,
For
man.
sure. Like the
Like
death
we're
ray
gonna
was
be in
probably this.
water.
The death ray is probably the same thing, where it's like you
Yeah.
shine it. It's like you can kind of like shine a glare in their eye, and they're like, no, they won the battle. It's like, no, I totally burned 4 ships. They're gone now. You can't ask them. I took out 4 of them.
There was like a ship out there, and it had a catapult on it, and they were lighting up one of those like tar balls, right? And he shined it in a different captain's eyes and crashed into that ship, and they like all caught it fire. They're like,
Yeah, it was
it
probably something silly like that.
worked.
But he was way ahead of his time because I think like looking up the history of it, it was like Archimedes, and that was like 300 BC or something.
Yeah.
And then the next one is like 1900s. I think the ones that was like, of course, the Nazis. They were looking into lasers. It was like the Nazis, the U.S., and then the Israelis too came up with like really good laser weapons. China has like now a lot of people have laser weapons. But yeah, I was looking up. So apparently they're used a lot in like I think we've even used them before in like in Iraq and stuff like that. It's like lasers and apparently like microwave weapons where they use them for crowd dispersal. Um, and I think that's probably also what the Havana syndrome is. Have you heard about that?
The what? Sorry, the what?
Havana syndrome.
No, describe it while I grab a beer.
Okay. So Havana syndrome, it's a series of like symptoms that like people have been getting. It started in like the U.S. embassy in Havana, but it's like just all around, just like U.S. diplomats. They go to these different countries and they have these symptoms where it's like they feel like burning and they get like
Yeah,
vertigo.
I have heard of that. Yeah.
So apparently people think that might be like a microwave weapon, where it's like, apparently you can do that. You can just like take microwaves instead of like, putting it in a box to heat up food. You can just like, long distance zap someone's brain and just like fry their brain with it and stuff like that.
And they don't think it's at all connected to the amount of ham and fried plantains they're eating.
You think that's what it is?
Like, oh man, I don't feel good. It must be a microwave weapon.
Yeah, it's mixed with that and this third world water sources.
I don't feel good. I need to go get some French bread and Swiss cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's questionable what that one is. But apparently we have been using microwave weapons. They use that in Iraq. for crowd dispersal. Apparently, if like you want to get people to go, you just start microwaving them. I don't know how ethical that is.
No, dude, microwave weapons. It's like they set out a bunch of microwaves all over the place, right? Toss in a bag of popcorn, hit 3 minutes, that shit starts popping. People start popcorn. Where?
Just a distraction technique.
Yeah, they just everyone scatters.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's better than the fucking oxygen weapons that they've been using. You know, Russia was using them in Ukraine and shit, and they that shit that like vaporizes all the oxygen in an area.
oh yeah, yeah. What was that? It's like phosphorus, something phosphorus that does that.
I'd actually never looked it up. Like just knowing it was enough to make me pucker in my fucking asshole. But
Yeah, it's another war crime. I think Syria. I think was it Assad? I think that government was using it on their people too. Yeah, it just burns up all the oxygen in the air and people suffocate.
yeah, yeah. Was it? It's a fuel, hydrocarbon, aluminum powder, similar. Creates a lot of fuel particles, mixed with oxygen in the surrounding air. Make by mixing two parts.
Yeah, right. That's the scary thing is like a lot of these things like they figured out a lot of like messed up chemical weapons in World War One. That's like it's probably not that hard to make. Like in the U.S., we're kind of lucky that most people that are like terrorists aren't that smart because like they could probably be doing a lot more damage. You know.
Maybe don't throw out a challenge to the domestic terrorists. You know that one person who listened for 20 minutes. We're not trying to encourage you.
Yeah, yeah. But also, it's like I think the FBI and CIA they got that stuff on lock. Where they're looking at your credit card. It's like this guy's buying some suspicious stuff. It's like we know what you're doing.
Yeah, anytime I have an idea where I'm like, how does that work? How do you like? How does this? I'm always like, let me also think of like a few other things to type in and search for around the same time too. Maybe make it not seem. This is what I'm. This is why I'm curious. This is absolutely. This is just curious mind.
Yeah, it's like those series of Google searches. That's a thought crime. You're gonna get disappeared for that one.
It's like how does this work? How do you make it? Where do you get this stuff?
Uh-huh.
Tilapia recipe, roasted potatoes.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I was just I was dinner time and I was getting ready to make food, but I was interested.
Yeah. But anyways, there's a lot of laser weapons out there, but apparently, because we wanted to talk about the space lasers, because that's the enticing one. Apparently,
Right.
on record, no one has put space lasers. Like they've talked about it. That was like the thing with Ronald Reagan. You know, they have been. There's been a lot of research into putting laser weapons in space, but no one's on the books done it yet. And I kind of believe it because I don't think the technology's there. Where like you think of like they have them now, but like the further light goes, like the more it gets dispersed. So it's like if you're shooting a laser from space, it's like I don't know. I don't think it's there yet.
The energy required would be enormous, and I know there's like potential for harnessing that energy from undistorted UV rays, but like unless we got alien technology level shit like we were talking about, like we ain't there.
This is where I'm gonna get you. I was surprised looking at laser weapons. Apparently, the big reason they're looking into it is because it's really cheap. It's like the laser weapons that they have. They estimate it's like around $1 a shot, which is like significantly cheaper than like a missile or even like
It's better than the bar.
Yeah, like a lot of the like big large caliber weapons we have is like lasers are actually kind of cheap compared to it. But that's for like ground based. That's like a Navy ship has like a laser gun on it, To shoot from space, I think it would probably be more expensive, but it actually puts it in like a feasible range where it's like that's actually not that expensive to fry people from long distance with a laser.
I'm curious, how are lasers affected by a lack of atmosphere?
I wonder it probably doesn't refract them as much. So I think it'd probably give you some extra mileage on there.
Yeah, it goes further without weakening.
So it'd be really, I guess
Perfectly
that makes
straight and
sense.
stable. But oh, dude, there's the thing. Oh man, because it's got to be. Oh, that's cool. Because you're shooting through outer space. and there's no atmosphere, there's no particles to divert it, but then it has to hit the atmosphere. It's gonna be like fucking spear fishing,
Yeah, it's
right?
where it,
Because
like
it's gonna
refracts.
hit it and deflect. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Like you got to be like
yeah, for
that's
sure.
gonna take some
There's
fucking
some AI
aim.
program that figures it out in a second, but it
Yeah,
is interesting that yeah, you got to account for that.
it was a crack shot to hit Oprah's house. I give him credit.
Yeah, well, I mean that's where like I went into this thinking like space lasers. Nah, that doesn't make sense because we talked about it before. Where it's like it's just not cost effective. Like it's you can just like it's pretty cheap to light stuff on fire, you know. But
Yeah,
then
but
I'm
like,
finding like $1 a shot. Like that's pretty cheap to fry someone, you know, or to like start a fire somewhere. Where I don't know. I think it's more about motive for me. Like why you know if someone does have space lasers, it's probably the U.S. and like why is would the U.S. burn Hawaii or California or like
why
Canadian
wouldn't we?
wilderness? Why wouldn't we?
I mean, it's not my like 1-2, but it might be top 10. Yeah. What would what's the first spot you're hitting? You got the space laser. Where are you taking off
Space
first?
laser. Ew. It's like
Ohio.
Ohio. You laser Ohio.
Ohio.
The problem with that is you do Ohio, you're getting wildfire smoke everywhere. You know, in like good
No, you
places.
just what I'm imagining is like, it's like a full like, not like a burst, but just like a continuous beam. You just outline that motherfucker and drop it right in.
Yeah, do like a controlled burn around so you can you contain it
You like through the crust and just drop the state of Ohio
just
into
into
the
the core
core
of it.
into the core of the earth.
You just open up a portal of hell. It
Just
was
a
once
little
Ohio.
lava pit. But I mean, that's what Ohio is.
Yeah, I mean we say that because like we grew up in Michigan. I feel like there's a lot of southern states. There's a lot of South that I would give up before Ohio. Like if it was came down to it, like if you had to choose to live in Mississippi or Ohio, which would you choose?
Oh, death. Yeah, no, that's an easy choice. Yeah,
You
I choose
just
to die.
you could not do it either. But yeah, there's a lot of the South that I think I would put under Ohio. You know,
I mean, I would say Florida, but we just have to wait 10 years and Florida's going to be fucking gone anyways. Like,
there's a lot of those places. I mean, that's part of the thing too. Like why I don't buy the space lasers is like the world is like already hangs on a thread so much. It's like I don't think you need to like start lighting stuff on fire. It's like you could just like stop paying for maintenance on things and like people would happily light stuff on fire. Like in
yeah.
Detroit, it's like they got to keep people from like not lighting stuff on fire. You know, it's like people want to just burn stuff.
Yeah, it's like every Devil's night comes around, they're like, hey, new record. There was only 40 fires started last night.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh man, city's really turning around.
Yeah, I don't buy it, and especially in a place like California, it's like it's a desert. You know, there's fires all the time. You know, it sounds like a lot of it's been mismanaged too. Like there's a lot of incompetent people. You know,
Yeah,
controlling
well, I
things.
mean, they're just like the way that they have wandered their fresh water that they have out there, like they fucking deserve every bit of I'm sorry, but like, and then that's not to the people and stuff, but like just like as a whole, like motherfuckers. Yeah, you live in a desert and you had to have, endless fields of crops and green fucking yards and,
Hmm.
you know, parks miles long. Like, no, you're in a fucking desert.
Yeah, they kind of they really squandered the state. And it really sucks for the U.S. because like we have a lot of our eggs in the California basket right now where it's not sustainable. It's like we gotta figure out how all that shit they're growing there to spread that around the rest of the country. You know?
Well, it's going to be getting easier as the rest of the country becomes, a bit more arid. Like our climbing zone, growing zones here in Michigan have changed drastically.
Hmm.
And so like it will be doable, but then you're losing all those other crops, which, a lot of the Midwest, like we could do without fucking less corn. We do not
Yeah,
need
yeah.
so much goddamn corn sugar in everything. But, like up north where we're from, like huge potato crops, right? And the soil's really good for it, the climate's really good for it. Supplied, major chip brands, but like, are they still gonna be able to do that? We've talked about before with like barley to grow requires a certain spell, and if you don't get that, the barley won't grow right, and so that affects grain production, beers, other, grains that we eat and shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's changing, and not necessarily for the better. Mostly I'm concerned about the beer. I don't really give a fuck about anything else.
The beer. Yeah.
The beer.
The barley. I guess that what they do. They grow a lot of barley in Michigan right now.
I mean, so a couple years ago I was reading about it, and it's mainly grown out west in the north, like Montana, Wyoming stuff.
Hmm.
But it used to be like a Dakota's crop. It used to grow, I think, a little bit in Nebraska, but those areas can't grow it anymore. And it's
Really?
pretty
Yeah.
much,
So
it's
Canada's
like
got to pick up the
almost,
torch then.
yeah.
They got to save
Which I
beer
mean,
for us.
motherfuckers, you guys also have a rich beer history. Come on, pick up the slack. But yeah, it's pretty much just like Montana these days,
It's
where a
interesting.
lot of the American barley's from.
I wonder maybe that's why the U.S. is going to take over Canada. you know, it's like you're taking our last states that can do barley. Like you guys have had it good for
Anheuser
a while. Need some freedom
Anheuser-Busch
over there.
lobbying the president, like, we need more barley.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this is like a
The
national
US,
emergency. This isn't something we can rely on Canada to trade.
you know
Strategic
what's really,
resource.
what's really fucking cool? Um, oh wait, yeah. So, um, Anheuser-Busch back in the day, right? Huge fucking brewery. They wanted to name their baseball stadium. I think they wanted to call it Budweiser Stadium, and the league wouldn't allow it because the league wouldn't did, at that point didn't allow branded stadiums.
Hmm.
So they had the stadium built and named it Bush Stadium, which was like the company's name. And then once they named it Bush Stadium, then they developed Bush beer and started selling it.
That's so funny.
So like that's literally why we have Bush, is because that was their way of being like, fuck you to the league.
Yeah, yeah. That's
So I
hilarious.
would not be surprised if those motherfuckers are still lobbying for their own good.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll add it to the checklist for why we should take Canada. I don't know if it will really happen. Do you think it's actually in the realm of possibility that the U.S. and Canada go at it or they join us?
No, I don't. We're too inherently different. Like, Canadians are, they're like resourceful in their pettiness in a way that even makes Midwesterners jealous, you know?
You gotta break that down for me.
It's just like, I don't know, you know how like when a Southern person says bless your heart and they don't mean bless your heart,
Yeah, yeah.
they mean something else entirely different. That's just like, yeah, Canada, they're so fucking nice, and it's just like in all their niceness, it's like it's a fuck you, right? And they got the like, oh, a thing, and it's like so like kind of self-deprecating, but I don't know, like you can't trust something that runs on that much maple syrup
Yeah, I
to
get what you're saying.
be
It's a ploy.
stable.
They're they're
Yeah,
they're kind of trying to catch us off guard, you know.
it's like there's the city folk and then there's the country folk, but they all just have this like lumberjack like DNA, like, they're all a little bit Wayne Gretzky,
Hmm.
like Montreal, like you don't fuck with the French Canadians. I've heard that my whole fucking life.
They're
Like
their
you do
own
not
thing.
piss off
Like
French.
French Canadians are,
Yeah,
they don't even want to be part of Canada. It's like its own thing.
like if we're taking Canada, we're obviously not taking Quebec along with it. Like Quebec becomes its own fucking thing at that point.
Mm.
No, fuck you. But yeah, no, I mean, I love Canadians, but they're like, yeah, it's like Midwesterners on steroids on meth, like jacked up and just like hyped up and yeah, just like high on maple syrup.
I always kind of look at. I totally get the Midwestern thing. Like I felt that like It's funny. I don't feel that way in Michigan. I feel like Michigan doesn't have that fake nice. Like,
Oh yeah, we do. Oh yeah. You're just like you're kind of like a dual citizen, but you're like you don't realize it because you do it too. Like you're a Midwesterner as well.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I've experienced other levels. Like Michigan, it's like Maine doesn't really have that. New York definitely doesn't have that. So, except for like the transplants, the people from the Midwest are kind of bringing that to New York. And, like Michigan has it a little bit, but Minnesota was like this. That's like next level. That's when you really learn that's a thing there.
No, but Minnesota Midwest because it's like on the fringe of like frontier, like those people are different, right? Like you got a lot of isolation out
Yeah.
there. You got like part of Minnesota is even like it's in Canada. I don't know if you know about that, but there's like a part of Minnesota that you can't get to without crossing into Canada to
Oh,
get to it.
another one of those things. Okay.
Yeah, it's only accessible by boat.
hmm
Yeah. So like Minnesotans go hard. To be honest, it's it's not like it's not like Michiganders are afraid of Minnesotans, but it's like Minnesotans are your redneck cousin where it's like we're cool because we're family, but I am keeping a fucking eye on you in my house. Okay? And we put the money away. Like the money's hidden. But we're cool. Like have some chicken. Have school. Let's watch the game, but like stay in this area.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get what you're saying. It's like it is a weird thing where you like the Midwest nice thing, so where you can't really trust people because they're gonna be so mask on about things. But like, yeah,
I've never heard the best I've ever heard it put is from the second scene of Fargo, where the cops pull the gangster over, and the gangster's like, I like you guys, I like you, and the cop's like, oh yeah, it's because we're so nice here, and he's like, no, you're not. In fact, you're the opposite of nice. But it's how you're so mean about it. You're so nice
hmm
to my face, but you're saying fuck you.
right, right, right.
It's like, yeah, that's what it is. It's like I was talking to a coworker where we were talking about like making plans, and it's like, yeah, it's the Midwestern way to say you will and then just not show up or like message at the last and be like, oh, I can't. It's like, well, then why not just say up front
Right.
that you can't do it? It's like, well, then you're there for that like disappointment and like all that. The other way, like that's in the distance. I don't have to fucking deal with
yeah.
that, right? Like I'm saying no from the get-go. You're not going to find out about it until you're a long ways away.
Right, right, yeah. Yeah, and bringing me back to Canada, I feel like that's what makes Canada so much different. It's like they have the Midwest nice, but I feel like they almost have like that like European superiority. Like you always felt like how in Europe they can do whatever they want because they can always be like, at least we're not Americans. Like we're not doing what those savages are doing. So it's like they kind of have a
I,
little bit of both.
they held on to a lot of, I mean, they might still in some regard, like a lot of British, like, ideals and that like kind of, idea of being under Britain. I know like the A, right? A,
hmm
um, actually like kind of translate to like a British like slang or whatever of like ending a sentence with A, and it basically me being like, everything I just said is like useless. Disregard everything I just said. And it's like that's like the Canadian where it's like, oh yeah, oh yeah, eh? It's like, "Yeah, but just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about anything I just said. Moving on. Moving on.
Right, right, yeah. Yeah, I feel like Irish people do that a lot. I'm thinking of my friend James now. Like it's not a. I can't think of what they would say in Ireland, but also have like another like little call tag at the end just to like lighten up the sentence.
Yeah, I think for more Americans we do that with fuck me. Fuck me.
Yeah, yeah. It's like same idea, but of course, if it's American, it's gonna be like a little bit more gruff.
We chewed on the language.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. We were talking about invading Canada. I don't think that's gonna happen. Greenland is on the table, I think. And then, have you heard anything more about the Venezuela thing?
I heard that we were shooting up more fucking party yachts or whatever.
Yeah, I think the Coast Guard has been blowing up some ships too. But yeah, I wonder if that's going to be like the test run, test run for like American imperialism 2.0, you know?
Just saying, not looking so crazy anymore as the guy who's afraid of sailing.
Like, I guess if you were in a boat, you would probably have a lot of drugs in it too, you know?
Yeah. If you like the trunk from Fear and Loathing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the only
Ugh.
bad thing about boats like that is the Coast Guard is like very hands on. It's not like you get pulled over by a cop and it's like reasonable suspicion, like read you your Miranda rights. It's like no, the Coast Guard will just like tell you to stop and be like, we're boarding your ship. They'll just get on there and look through your stuff. No reason.
Yeah.
They don't have to give you any reason. So
Well, I was thinking something that they like shot up another boat, and it's like I don't know how they're confirming that these boats are traffickers or terrorists when they're shooting them up with drones. Like,
yeah, I think there's definitely some room for error, but I think it's probably similar what they did. They're kind of just doing like what we did to the Middle East now to like South America, where it's like they're tracking people's phones. Like for a while, they'll like look at someone's phone and like develop like a log of like what they're doing, and then they have that like GPS signal. They know where this person is, and then they just like bomb the phone. In the Middle East, that killed a lot of innocent people there too. Obviously there's some fault in that, but I wouldn't be surprised. At least that first boat that they hit, it's like that was probably a trafficker boat. Like that was a boat with like 4 engines, 4 motors on the back, trying to go real fast.
I mean, you would too if you were out in the fucking water, sharks chasing you and shit.
Yeah, it could have been just like a guy who's just like so excited. He's like, I've always wanted a fast boat. I just saved up my retirement. I spent it all. It's like
Yeah.
I got these
So
4 motors. I'm gonna go so fast. And he just gets blown out of the water.
they took out the dude with the smallest dick in Venezuela.
Yeah, yeah.
What was the name on that boat? The Overcompensator.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Well, that's definitely a drug boat. It was full of Viagra.
Yeah, it's interesting though. I don't know what the plan is. I mean, they definitely just want like the oil, because I looked at like the
Really?
history. Like I think Venezuela was one of the first like South American countries that was kind of like a U.S. ally. Like they supplied a lot of our oil through like World War II and stuff like that. And I think
No, we had a puppet down there in like what was it, the 80s?
yeah, for a long
Was
time,
it
it's like the most of
Chavez?
Venezuela's history. It's been like a U.S. puppet state, basically,
Yeah,
and it was like the kind of thing where like U.S. oil companies directly owned like the land there. It's like it's not like
yeah,
we're buying oil from them. It's like no, like Exxon and whatever had land there. They're pumping out.
yeah.
Yeah, and it was really just like yeah,
We gave them 4 papayas a day to work.
yeah, pretty much. And I think it was like Hugo Chavez. I think he was the guy that really it was like a communist takeover of the country where they stopped playing ball with the U.S. Yeah, it's interesting. I think that they're trying to go back, but I was reading the reason why we kind of got so tight with Venezuela was it was it had to do with Israel and the Middle East. That like once we started helping Israel, the Middle East put on like an embargo on the U.S. so they weren't selling oil to us. I wonder if they're like it's in preparation for like another World War III thing where it's like we're not getting oil from Russia or the Middle East. Like we're trying to secure more American, more closer ones.
Hmm. I think there's definitely a lot of, without getting too much just into politics, I think there's definitely a lot of aim for upheaval for the next few years,
Yeah, well,
as
it's
opposed to
everywhere.
stability.
Yeah. I think everywhere is doing that. I mean, that's why I think like Russia and China they don't have free internet because there's definitely you can mess with people. I think that's like a lot that happens on U.S. social media sites. It's probably like China and Russia and whoever's version of the CIA that's like, you know, making like inflammatory posts and getting people riled up. There's definitely a lot of that happens.
Yeah, I'm glad I have my feeds curated for something entirely different.
Yeah, what's that?
Jokes and tits. That's
That's
all.
it.
That's all I want to. The recipe every now and then. I don't want news. I don't want news. Yeah, just some J and T and some food.
Yeah. I think a lot of it's compromised, it's like, especially with sites where it's like anonymous, like who knows how many of these people talking are like actual people and not some foreign agent or like a US agent or just some AI, trying to sway people.
So I refuse to engage in conversation, any sort of dialogue with anyone on the internet with anything that's important.
Mhm.
I'll talk about sports and movies and music and shit like that, but I don't want to have a conversation about ideals and like life choices and shit with anybody without being face to face.
Yeah, a lot of it's fake. There's that one thing is like some like exercise wristband like smartwatch company kind of blew the lid on it where it was like or I think Reddit did it too. Like there's multiple things. It was like Reddit did a thing where it's like, what is the most Reddit addicted city? And it popped up some like U.S. Air Force base. That's where most of the posts and like the users were coming from. It's definitely just some like big military AI that's saying like, yes, you should think this. Next post. Yes, I agree. I also agree you should think this. Yes, you should think this way.
Yeah, just trying to mold the young minds.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, unless someone's actually like, I think that's why I don't know. I like videos. I watch stuff on YouTube. It's like I want to see someone, where you can see their face. They're actually giving their opinion on stuff. Because if it's just like text on the internet, it's like who knows? Who knows
Yeah,
what's that about?
yeah.
Yeah, and even videos like later on, someone can come out where someone's lying with a video, for their own
I mean,
personal gain.
they can already generate believable videos. It's like you know, becoming a more commonplace scam is to be able to fake video or phone calls with people
Hmm.
and use, their actual voice. Because that's the thing is, I heard the thing now is to no longer for your voicemail say your name.
Hmm.
They're like, hey, you reached because they can like grab that and like get your voice and you saying your name and will like fuck that around in AI so that they can get you to say whatever they want, Like
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's already toast for us. I already have enough content on the internet where they can totally screw me over if they want to.
I just assume anyone contacting me who I don't know is trying to scam me.
Yeah,
Is
for
that
sure.
necessarily a way to go through life, generating new experiences? I don't know. But you know what? I don't have a lot and I can't really afford to lose it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that probably is gonna be a problem. I wonder if my bank still does it, because for a while that is how they verified. Like with my bank, it's like they say like you have to say a specific phrase, and then they analyze your voice, and it's like, oh, this is him. It's like that seems like that's totally out of the water now. It seems like it'd be so easy to fake that now with AI.
Yeah, pretty soon you're gonna have to like video chat with your bank and do like a face scan,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's gonna be like what was it, like Mission Impossible or two, where he was fucking wearing like the masks and shit to go through face scan. Like, shit's gonna get crazy.
I mean, how long before we have like real time just AI, video and stuff like that? It's probably not that long.
I mean, how long before we're just living in a completely virtual world and it doesn't matter anyways?
Yeah, I mean,
Nobody's what they look like.
some people kind of already are. I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going down that road. I like the real world.
Fuck off. You're the man that wants to put your fucking mind in a robot and live forever. Go fuck yourself. You would do whatever fucking shit.
Yeah, but
I ain't
that's
buying that.
only if like my physical body expires. Like number one, like I would like to live forever in my current body, or well, maybe like give me superpowers or something too. But like I like this current form. If I can't have that, yeah, I would go into a robot for sure.
Yeah, but What if you could? What if just your mind existed and you lived in a virtual world where you looked like whatever you wanted and did
I feel
whatever you
like that kind
wanted?
of ruins the fun, you know.
Of what?
It's all fake, you know. I guess I'd take it over nothing, you know.
What is real?
I don't know. I mean,
Exactly.
maybe this is a simulation too, but I don't know it, you know. Maybe they gotta wipe
Who's
my memory first or something.
I don't remember nothing. Tell me nothing. I want to be somebody important, like an actor.
I mean,
Matrix.
yeah, we're really just talking about the Matrix, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that's Matrix, Ready Player One. Like, which flavor of virtual reality are you looking at? Are you looking at control or are you looking at, interface? Whatever, it's coming. A massive, internet kind of experienced, in person, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hilarious when instead of like Wikipedia is like somewhere you go to like, read articles and shit, like you want to go to Wikipedia, you put on your virtual reality mask, you walk across town to go to the Wikipedia library to look at the fucking books, and it's like, why didn't you just go to the fucking library?
Yeah, yeah. That's like it really does get to that. I feel like the older I get, the more I experience life. Even though technology's getting better, it's like I want less to do with it, you know, because it is
Yeah.
just like it seems like redundant. You know, once the novelty wears off, it's like, you know, how much is this really improving and making my life better? You know.
So that's the thing is like technology is supposed to make your life better. So much technology right now is just created as a distraction.
Yeah.
And so I feel like those like kind of like litmus tests are required all the time where it's like, is this helping me or is this pacifying me?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and most of it is pacifying. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
either
wear out
to
those
like
sticks.
steal your data and your attention or to just like nickel and dime you, you know. I've never fell into that trap. I've always been cheap. You know, I don't pay for
Oh,
subscriptions, but there's
yeah.
so many people that do where like how many people just have like 10 subscriptions to different things that, you know, they don't even think
Well, and
about.
the apps that like you can, do stuff in, but like you have to like, pay for shit as you go. And like those things make money.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, the microtransactions, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.